What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Bryan Alvarez and Dave Meltzer 100%. Finally, somebody else besides me is getting on YouTube and is getting on the internet and is complaining about these wankers from overseas. They've ruined the show the last 3 weeks now, and we still got to sit there one more today in London. Ugh. The constant, and you got the same idiot in the third row dancing around, doing the hokey pokey, pointing his damn hands in the air while they get drunk and sing their stupid nursery rhymes. It's pathetic. I hate it. It distracts away from the show. It's downright, honestly, borderline disrespectful to the damn performers. So much so that you got Roman Reigns sitting there acting like an idiot, going, "Oh, they sing to me and they sing to me," and Paul Heyman's Roman Reigns. It's bullshit. It is a total distraction from the show. So much so that they want to milk it for all it's worth because they think it's funny. They think you're funny. They don't think you're cheering them on. They think you're a bunch of chuckleheads with your singing and your nursery rhymes. So much so that I think John Cena even mentioned and called them nursery rhymes last week on his promo. Which we're going to get another one of the same boring promos again this week. Why? Because they made the mistake of scheduling this European tour before WrestleMania instead of after WrestleMania. And then you got, I know he was a different man back then. I know he may have been in a different mindset. But you got CM Punk, who used to complain about all these European tours. And now he's going on one for a month. They've been over there for a month almost. This is ridiculous. I don't want to see this. A lot of people were going, "Oh my God, now we'll get to see all the Raws and SmackDown." They could do with Netflix, they could do Raw wherever they want. And now that they're on Netflix, they can do SmackDown whenever they want. It'll just air on a tape delay in the US. You mean to tell me that you couldn't stretch these matches out a little bit and edit out some of the stupid nursery rhyme bullshit from these wankers? You're telling me that you think we find this entertaining over here? We don't. It's stupid. It's flat out stupid. I don't want to sit there and see drunk little Alistair, they're all named Alistair over there, drunk Alistair that was sitting next to his best mate, having just come from the pub before the show, and you buy a $10 euro or 10 pound, they're not in the European Union anymore, so it's not a euro, a 10 pound beer, and that's probably served warm as piss to you, and you sit there and you drink about 50 of them just so you could get drunk and do the hokey pokey dance. It's wrestling. It's not a soccer show or soccer game. And I've said it time and time again. The only reason why you do it at soccer games is because the sport is so damn boring that you have no choice but to sit there and do that to entertain yourselves. So I'm going to play a clip of Bryan Alvarez and Dave Meltzer talking about this SmackDown show and how they can't wait till it gets back overseas for this very reason. Take a listen to this.
To think about what they might do on a Thursday.
Okay, well,
I can't.
The thing is that on that Friday show, they won't have the luxury starting this week of spending an hour having the wrestlers just sit there while everyone chants their name forever and ever to pad out the show. Because my God, that London show, it was like, that's how they got to 3 hours, was just sitting there, and then the same thing.
Yeah, but you know what? It made the rest of the show absolutely suck because every single match was 1 minute, 3.5 minute commercial break,
and then
3 minutes of wrestling, and a shitty finish for 3 hours. I cannot wait for them to get back to America. Hope the fans will just shut up so they can put some wrestling on television. Oh my God, that show. was brutal.
Yeah. But I mean, they didn't have enough for they didn't even have enough for 2 hours, honestly.
Well, they could have stretched some of these matches out. I mean, they could have had longer matches. Dude, they did Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, and we saw like 6 minutes of it on television.
I think it was less than that because it was. Let me see what it was. They had a 4-minute break, and I think where's Randy and Drew notes? I mean, it was. I was stunned how short it was. I mean, they just.
Yeah, it was a short match, and they actually had a finish. Like there was actually a pinfall.
Yeah, Kevin interfered. Yeah, I mean, it was.
He didn't even interfere. He stood in the aisle, 35 yards away.
7:56 with 4 hours of break. It's like a 4 minute.
4 minutes of break, so we got 4 minutes, 3 minutes of action.
4 minutes of TV. An hour before, a minute in the first bit before. I don't know how it broke down. I think it was like a minute and three at the end. But yeah, they started the match. And yeah, that's a main event. I mean, that's a main event caliber match. That's yeah, but that was the whole show. It was a very patterned show. And I didn't think any of the matches were good. You know, number one, because they didn't have time, but that's another story. But I didn't think anything was particularly good.
Yeah, they didn't.
They wanted really long interview segments with, you know, it's really cool when you go out there and the crowd sings, you know, for long periods of time, once on the show.
Yeah, when they do a tour and I have to watch it for week after week, and the shows keep getting worse and worse and worse.
I think once on the show. Once on the show is fine and it makes everything look good. But like in that main event segment, I mean, you had 3 of them, one after the other after another, with like almost no verbiage. It was just sitting there. I mean, Roman said almost nothing. Seth was good. You know, Punk said a little bit, not a hell of a lot. But that segment was so long, you know, for that very reason, because the crowd, you know, they wanted to milk the crowd for everything it's worth. And like I said, that's really great television. When you do it once for one guy, maybe twice, when you're doing it for 3 straight guys in the same segment, after having done it with several guys in the opening segment, it's just like, yeah, I didn't think it made for good. I didn't think it made for good television at all.
So there you have it, and I totally agree with them. You can't sit there and put on a wrestling show when the distraction in the form of these yucks, these freaking wankers, gets in the way. And yes, it's cool if you only do it once or 2 or 3 times a month or a year. Excuse me, a year. I don't find it funny or entertaining or amusing at all. I wish they would not, if you're going to go over there, don't televise it. Why can't this be like the old days? You know, we do one show from London. We go on all week on a damn tour. We, you know, pre-tape a SmackDown so we can edit out some of that bullshit. And we give the people what they want, and we don't put them on TV for 5 minutes at a time while, you know, while the damn wrestler can't cut a promo or can't wrestle a match because he's too damn busy having the fucking crowd. It's stupid. It's taking away from the show. It's disrespecting the show. I'm sorry, but it got old really quick. And I agree 100% with what Bryan and Dave were saying. And I know I'm going to get comments from people in the UK. Oh, shut up, stupid Mark. Yeah, we chant because it's fun. It's fun. Wrestling is fun. We're not boring crowds like you over there in the US. No, you're just disrespectful. You're just disrespectful. You try to make it about you and not about what's going on to the ring, so much so that they can't put on a decent 10 to 15 minute match on a 3-hour show because they got to spend 8 minutes waiting for you wankers to calm down and for your buzz to wear off. It's stupid. I don't like it. If we ever see it, never see it again, it's fine by me. I don't care about how loud you are, the decibel meters and all the, see how loud they are? I don't give a fuck. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Are these European crowds hurting the shows? They're taking away from the in-ring time. That's for sure. On a 3-hour show, we got about maybe 30 minutes worth of wrestling because the rest of it is spent watching these wrestlers stand in the middle of the ring with a microphone in their hand while they can't talk because these crowds are being overly obnoxious. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you down the road.